What's up everyone? This is going to be another video on this car right here, Mandie's car. We're just going to work today on buttoning up a bunch of loose ends, fixing some of the wiring, firing it up, running it up to temp, make sure nothing leaks. I just want to get everything handled with the engine bay so that essentially all we have left to do is finish up the brakes, the rear end, and then it should be drivable.
I bought coilovers, so that's exciting.
Yes, good old BC Racing coilovers. I like BCs. I insisted she get BCs, so we're gonna do stuff, okay.
So if you remember last time we worked on this engine, we had a different oil pressure sender in here, you can see where I'm pointing, that didn't fit and it was leaking out the block. Well, we replaced it with an ugly OEM style one. So that's good to go. Now, what do we do? Are we gonna start it now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're gonna fire it up and run it up to temp, make sure that the engine is engineing, that it doesn't leak and that thermostat opens and the cooling system is all proper.
I think we know that it engines. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I have to go get my keys.
Alright, so we actually got this thing idling pretty decent right now. What I'm trying to do at the moment is verify using the timing light that our base timing on the MSD ignition is set correctly. That way when we start actually ripping on it, our timing isn't out of whack. It doesn't cause any weird issues. So it doesn't appear to be leaking oil anymore, which is a good sign. It's nice and responsive.
So it runs really good. Super happy about that. We need to wire the alternator before we can actually like really run it up to temp because I don't really want to kill my battery. I need to buy stuff for that, right?
Yeah, we need to make a trip and pick up some wiring to extend, because all the factory 4AC alternator wiring is on this side, so we essentially need to get enough stuff to extend this all the way over to the passenger side of the engine for the alternator. So we gotta do that. We gotta rewire some stuff for the MSD so the key actually turns the car on and off instead of disconnecting the battery.
What are you talking about? I think that's great.
Yeah. And then there's some other janky stuff like this wire that's dangling down here. I don't even remember what the hell this was for.
That's for the fuel pump.
Oh yeah, this is the wire we use for the fuel pump. So we want to run some stuff inside the car, clean it up, make it legit.
Yeah, I know it's crusty, but I want it to be pretty-ish. Oh yeah, crimp that butt. Do it.
I can't get it in the hole. Oh, there it is.
And that's how you crimp a butt connector, everyone. Doing? What is this magic?
Oh, let's try to pull it a little taut.
Yeah, look at that. That's fancy.
What's up you guys, it's day 2. I got some things from work to finish wiring this, hopefully. I don't know. What are we doing?
Wine and wiring! Okay, so we have the alternator wired all the way through here, down into there. And so now, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna fire the car up in a minute here so we can make sure that the alternator is actually charging. And then we have more wiring to do after that.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Again. 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 again.
What? It needs a choke.
Hey, that's what we want to see. We got 14.5 volts with the car running, so we know our alternator is doing work.
Yay!
No, it just needs to warm up.
Oh yeah, no. So everything was going well, and then in here, you can see the fuel pressure regulator. We discovered there's a leak somewhere.
Yeah, it's leaking fuel and dripping down. I think it's coming from this fitting, but I'm not 100% sure. So we gotta try to address that. But other than that, I mean, if that's our only leak, I'll be happy with that. I mean, technically we already had another leak, but I kind of figured that was gonna leak to begin with, so.
Expected leak.
Yeah. No, it's small win. We wired up our alternator. It's charging. So next we gotta fix all our other kind of half-ass wiring and reroute it under the dash, which I'm not looking forward to. But we'll do it. It'll be cool. Hello, it's day 69. Yeah, I'm gonna take the fuel pressure regulator out and reseal the fittings on there because we had a fuel leak, and that's probably not good. We don't want this beautiful 4AG to catch on fire.
No, that'd be bad.
Yeah, not a good time. So we're gonna get to it. All right, so this is our fuel pressure regulator that I just took out. This hose was a freaking pain in the booty and I could not get it to slip off, so I just cut it instead. It was leaking, I believe, out of basically every fitting except for maybe the feed, but there was fuel coming down from both here and right here. So we're gonna take all this apart and put some of this Permatex thread sealant on it and retighten everything, and hopefully we don't have any more leaks because fuel leaks are bad. So we're gonna start with this fitting here. Make sure this guy is all wiped down and clean. Make sure we get this worked around real good, at least all the way around in a couple threads. Thread this bad guy back in here. Alright, and hopefully that one doesn't leak anymore, so now we gotta do the other two. Don't know how I got these in here so tight and managed to have them leak anyway. It's kind of annoying. And I had to take this thing over to the vise to get this plug out because it was in there really good. Which still makes me confused as to why this thing was leaking if I had those fittings so tight, but I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got. And then I take it back over to the vise to tighten it. I finally got that piece of hose off. So now we can hopefully seal up this last fitting, and we'll give it a minute to, say a minute, but more like a good, I want to say an hour or so for this to cure up before we repressurize the fuel system, because I want to make sure this is not going to leak. Alright, now that we got thread sealant on all 3 of those fittings, I am hopeful that we are not going to run into that issue again, but we will find out in a little bit.
What you doing?
So I am trying to determine what wires are what under the dash here so we can wire up the wideband. So we can wire up the wideband and see how this car is running and make sure everything is all legit. Later on we will reroute all the wiring because everything's just kind of loose and like dangling down here right now, but I just want to get it hooked up and see it working before we make everything proper and hidden and routed correctly and all that jazz. As well as mounted, because we're going to mount the wideband right here, but in order to do that I have to take this panel out and grind out all this plastic so that I can actually fit the gauge in this pod here. As you can see, we got some ghetto wiring going on here, but I just want to make sure the gauge lights up and reads correctly, which it does appear to do.
Because we realized that since we pushed that harness through the firewall, we don't have power to anything that has power to make it start. So
yeah, we undid our ghetto wiring from earlier, but we have not redone it correctly yet, so we can't actually start it and see how it's running yet, but we'll get there eventually. We're just trying to make sure we get all our individual components working, which this seems to be working correctly. So get everything wired up and working and route all our wires and wired the wiring with the wires and wires.
Unfortunately, you got us at the really boring part of building this car.
Yeah, no, it's a little boring right now, but I promise in the next video there'll be some more interesting stuff going on with this car, like, I don't know, trying to dial it in and get it running right and stuff, so live action.
Oh god, action-packed.
Actually, we're probably going to build a rear end in the next video, I think, is probably the most likely thing that's going to happen, because that needs to happen next before we can do anything else with this car.
Yep, so look forward to that. Bye. Wine and